Hi guys, it's Coast Castle and we're back with another video. As mentioned in the previous videos that we did, we are doing another behind the scenes tour, and today we are going behind the scenes of
Hex.
So behind the scenes tour that we wanted to do for quite a while, so really cool that they've had this one put up now that we could do. So yeah, I think it'd be really cool to be able to see behind the scenes of the ride, or see how it operates and how it brings that illusion to life. So if you are one person who is looking to keep the magic of Hex alive, this might not be the video for you, but if you are interested, then follow along and we'll see what we can show you. Obviously, much like the other previous tours we did in the past, there'll be things we can't show you, places we can't take you, just to keep the tour a surprise really, and also because we can't take pictures of certain things such as operating panels. But we'll bring you along and we'll talk about it a bit more afterwards to let you know what we thought as well. But yeah, are you excited?
I am. Shall we break the curse?
Well, I think that's the curse more of a crock drop thing, really, isn't it?
It is, I think.
Yeah, it's more crock drop thing, but obviously Hex being quite a special ride for both of us, as it's where we got engaged at the chained oak, the real chained oak that is nearby. We will not disclose the location, obviously, due to there's been a lot of like vandalism and stuff over the years, but it is not too far away from Alton Towers, and if you do look, there are people who have already revealed where it is. But it was a special one for us, so it's great that this is a tour that we can do. Unfortunately, we didn't get to ride it today, and we got as far as the octagon room just before we entered the vault, finished the sort of pre-show section in there, and then it had a technical delay.
Yep.
So yeah, we didn't quite get around to that. So interesting little sort of hangout time in the vault, but it did look like it did not reopen, unfortunately. So it's kind of had trouble all day. That might make this a very interesting tour.
It might make it very interesting.
This could be an interesting one, but yeah, a little bit of a wait before the tour begins, and then we will be on our way when our VIP hosts come in and meet us. So let's go. So we have completed our Hex behind the scenes tour, and to celebrate we have our proof of completion certificates, which come with another very nice pin badge. and some lovely little inserts there, which one of the team members have made as well. They were really cool. So the tour itself, Sam's dropping pin badges apparently. The tour itself is really cool. There's lots of information that you get to learn about, lots of different things you get to see. As you saw there, we got to see through each of the different rooms that you go through on the ride. Get to see those, hear a lot more about those, and see a lot of those details that you don't usually see. To which there was quite a few details that you don't usually see.
It was.
Each show sequence we got to see all those and how things work in each one. Some really insightful information there. And again, another team that was really passionate about what they were talking about, what they were doing, really invested, and there was a clear commitment and love for the ride and attraction that they work on. And then, we got to see all those pieces. Also got to obviously see inside the opera cabin, sort of see that section. Couldn't show you that obviously due to security purposes. Again, same with the Wicker Man and also with Vampire and all the other tours we've done. But it was really cool to see in there and get that sort of perspective of the ride op and sort of learn more about the day-to-day, what they see, what they do, and what they think of it as well. We constantly had the opportunity to ask questions throughout. I know I had questions and stuff.
I had some.
So any question they didn't know the answer to, they were honest with you. And it was really cool to get, because you're having these sort of talks with these members of staff who work on the attraction, you get that information and that knowledge that they have, and it's more relatable because they have their own stories and sort of twists and stuff they can throw in. It's a bit different to if you were asking, I don't know, someone from a VIP team specifically who had no involvement in a ride that they were talking about, and it's really quite cool to have that experience from them. But it was really cool. Obviously we got to see the drum, the outer drum, which is super cool. We've both done a tour of the Haunting as well before, so we've seen one on a much smaller scale, but to be able to see this one and see just how big it is and see the sort of differences between the two as well, it was really quite cool to see. You got separated from me completely. I'm assuming you went, where did you go on that pit?
So we went inside the drum, and then we went from inside the drum to outside where we could see the whole show building. They told us what the actual name of the colour of the green was, which is called Go Away Green.
Yes, we know
which
that
is
one.
A Disney name
I was
for
going to
green.
say that's a Disney colour if I've ever heard so.
I like that. I'm going to need more of that Go Away Green in my life.
But yeah, because you went one way and then I went another way because we were separated by you going one way. And it was quite cool because we got two different perspectives. Like on my side, we went through the op cabin and there was a door in the op cabin that took us to the other side of the drum. So that's why you saw us in the other side.
Oh, yes.
There was a window that they appeared in at one point. It was like, oh, there they are, which was quite cool. So we got to see the other side of the drum to what you guys saw by the looks of it.
You did,
And it was really cool being able to have these experiences. It's kind of interesting to kind of see just how big that show building is. Like, it's surprisingly a lot larger than you'd think it is. And there's like multiple floors in it as well, which is quite cool. Yeah. But won't talk too much about what's inside there just because I don't want to spoil the tour for you. And again, we've done the same thing where we'll be muting the audio that we've played before just so you don't hear too much. I mean, there's no talking during those sections anyway, but it's more music to make it more conclusive and bring it together. It's a bit nicer. And then obviously finished up in the main vault room, which was really interesting. So they played the vault show without the vault spinning, which was really weird.
It's cool though.
Really cool, but strange.
It just kind of shows what they can do.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I didn't think they could do it like that, so that was really interesting. And a really interesting perspective of that attraction when it's not moving. And again, opportunity to fully explore that room. There are so many details in the vault alone that you don't realise are there, and there's reason behind a lot of them as well. So I think definitely, when you're next on the attraction, take the time to sort of look around a bit as you're going through. But if you are considering doing the Hex VIP behind the scenes, we highly recommend it, as you can see so many things that you didn't know were there, even through stepping through the front door.
There's so many, I would call them at this point Easter eggs.
Yeah, there's a lot of Easter eggs.
Like you've got to do it to see it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of real items in there as well. Like there was a little nod to Scarefest. They've got a armor set that used to be in the attic scare maze, and now in this one section by the bookcase, and that is real as well. So it's really quite cool. But Any thoughts, closing thoughts, questionable thoughts, I don't know, thoughts?
My thoughts are, why aren't you booking onto it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, with us too, we're not on the creator program for Alton Towers. You know, we've paid for this experience off our own money, and honestly, I'd say it's worth every penny that we've paid for it. It's such a relaxed, casual experience. You know, it's a guided tour, and there are obviously things that you have to do, rules and restrictions to follow, but it's not. You know, it's quite relaxed.
It's chill.
Very much like the one that we did for Wicker Man. They're relaxed, enjoyable tours. You're not rushed at any point. You can ask questions, you can take photos, you know, videos and other little bits if you'd like to. Obviously, certain points you can't, but they're very clear with what you can and can't do and where. And they're very willing to take photos for you as well if you'd like any photos taken at any particular point. And generally, the teams behind these VIP experiences are so lovely and so passionate about what they talk about as well that, you know, we absolutely love that. Then obviously you get your little mementos to celebrate, which are, again, in my opinion, quite cool. It's nice to have something to commiserate the occasion. There's a pin badge there as well. There you go, I did focus on it. Just because I know when we did Vampire, we didn't have anything from Vampire.
There was no mementos from Vampire.
It. But I know that Towers and Fort both do little badges and stuff, which is quite nice, and certificates. So it's quite cool to have those to kind of say, look, we did this. And yeah, what a cool experience. And yeah, brilliant fun, really. So, you know, have you done any VIP experiences? If you have, let us know in the comments about them, tell us about them. Or are there any VIP experiences that you want to see that you haven't seen yet that you'd love to see happen at some point? I know we keep saying Curse at Old Manor because we really want that one.
We want.
But stuff like that, you know, what kind of tour would you want if there's a money can't buy kind of experience or something? Like, we'd also love to do 13. So I'd love to see in that crypt a bit more. But
maybe a Smiler one if they ever get round to it,
that could
if
be
that's ever
interesting.
possible.
It could be possible. I think I've done one before many years ago, so it could be possible. But yeah, I think that's it with this video.
That's it, yeah.
Don't really know what we're doing next. Actually, I do know what we're doing next, and it's exciting. So keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, all the usual stuff, please consider dropping us a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.